Oh, what a night. Voting results of Tuesday night. And unless some of you were hiding under a rock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was the kind of night that you put the spark back in your body. That should add a smile back on your face, listeners. Welcome to WTF Wednesday of A World Gone Mad. I'm Jeff Allen Wolf, the segment where I normally talk about what the fuck just happened from Donald and MAGA, the circus, the chaos, the nonsense, the weekly reminder that reality has left the building. But Tuesday night's voting becomes a different WTF for this episode. We triumph finally. WTF, we triumph finally. Tuesday night was not just another low turnout, apathetic voting day. This was something entirely different. This was voters standing up, speaking clearly, pushing back against the madness. A blue wave that came out of nowhere and hit the country like a wake-up slap. Democrats did not just win. They kicked the door in and stepped over the pieces. Races across the board, governorships up for voting, state positions up for voting, ballot measures, local contests, and the biggest one that will echo the loudest, Proposition 50 in California. Now, before I get into that ballot, let's talk about the actual votes across the country. Virginia, New Jersey, New York, these were not soft wins. These were statement wins. Virginia flipped from red to blue. This was a full statewide flip. The governor's mansion went Democrat. The lieutenant governor's seat went Democrat, with Ghazala Hashmi making history as the first Muslim woman elected to statewide office anywhere in the United States. The attorney general seat went Democrat, even though Republicans insisted they could win it. And the House of Delegates went from a 2-seat margin to a 13-seat Democratic majority. Virginia did not shift. It swung with force. Spanberger in Virginia became the first woman governor in the state's history, which is a major milestone for a state that has never elected a woman to that office until now. Mickey Sherrill in New Jersey became only the second woman governor in the entire history of the state, and the first since Christine Todd Whitman, who left office more than 30 years ago in 2001. Mamdani in New York shattered the Cuomo dynasty by defeating Andrew Cuomo's established machine, and he did it while both Elon Musk and Donnie Boy Trump publicly endorsed Cuomo. On top of that, he becomes the first Muslim elected to statewide executive power anywhere in the United States. These races were not just local victories, they were loud national signals. Voters in 3 politically different states all moved in the same direction and said the same thing. Enough of the chaos, enough of the circus. We want stability, we want sanity, and we will show up in real numbers to make that clear. Then came Proposition 50 in California. Prop 50 passed. And not just passed overwhelmingly. It gives Democrats the ability to redraw the congressional map in California and immediately puts up to 5 House seats in play. 5 seats that could decide the balance of power in the next Congress. That's not a small win. This is a structural win. This was not just a vote about a ballot measure in California. This was voters coming out and voting about power. Who controls the power in the United States? That was what was so remarkable. No one was even on the ballot in California. Not a single name. It was just a ballot proposition. And the amount of people that came out was shocking. It shows you that people said, this is serious. This is about America. We do not want people taking our freedom away from us. And yes, we will vote for a ballot measure and stand in line for hours. Then later in the evening came the speeches. Let's start with Mamdani in New York, because he was not calm. He was not measured. He came out fiery and electric, like he had been waiting his entire life for this moment. He hit the stage with the energy of someone who knew history just shifted, and he wanted everyone in the room to feel it. Mamdani spoke like a rising star, not a placeholder. He spoke like someone who walked onto the stage and owned it without hesitation. And in his victory speech, Mamdani went straight at Donald Trump by name. He called him out. He challenged him directly. A mayor standing on a stage, taking on Donald the delusional one without fear, without hesitation. That alone tells you where the energy is shifting. Mamdani's voice carried the kind of power that makes you sit up straighter because something big is happening right in front of you. Spanberger followed with a message about restoring trust in a country that has almost forgotten what trust sounds like. Gavin Newsom kept the focus forward later in the evening and refused to treat the moment like only a party. He framed it as responsibility. And Mickey Sherrill in New Jersey, reminded everyone that leadership means showing up and doing the work, not melting down on social media every week. And along with Mamdani, both Sherrill and Newsom went straight at Donald Trump. They called him out by name. They challenged him. They made it clear that they are not stepping back. They are putting on the boxing gloves and swinging hard at Donny Boy right out in the open. The days of tiptoeing around Trump are over. Together, these speeches created something rare: momentum. A sense that the adults are not only back in the room, but ready to take the wheel again. The turnout was stunning. People did not just show up. They showed up with intention. They showed up because they are done with Donald's tantrums. They are done with the conspiracy theater. They showed up because they are tired of waking up every day wondering what fresh disaster will hit the screen. This turnout was not random. It was deliberate. It was a statement. And of course, Donald Trump reacted exactly as predicted. He screamed that Prop 50 in California was rigged. He screamed that it was unconstitutional. He screamed because that is all Donald knows how to do. Every time he loses, the same script plays out. Rigged! It's stolen! It's impossible that it happened. But this time, something changed. The public did not flinch. They did not panic. They did not latch on to Trump's outrage. They shrugged. They moved on. Trump's meltdown bounced off the moment like a tennis ball bouncing off of concrete. So what does all of this mean, listeners? It means there might be hope, a flicker, a shift, a reminder that the country is tired of living inside a national panic attack. This was not a random good night for Democrats. This was a message from voters who want stability, voters who want competence, voters who want something that feels like a functioning democracy again. This will not fix everything. It will not turn the ship around overnight. But it does something important. It shows that people still care on an off voting night, not a major voting night. They still care enough to show up. It shows that the madness is not the only political language left in this country. It shows that the pendulum might actually be ready to swing back toward normal. And now with the government shutdown happening, the message from Tuesday night's voting becomes even louder. This was a direct shot across the bow of the Republican ship. A warning flare straight into the faces of Donald Trump and the Republican leaders in Congress and the Senate. Voters just told them, wake up, pay attention. The country is not with you. Now, 12 Democratic senators were supposedly ready to work with Republicans to end this shutdown, soon to be the longest shutdown in history. But a lot of the others, and I want to throw my name in there as well, not as a senator, but as a commentator who wants the shutdown to continue. That's right, listeners, I'm sorry, I want the shutdown to continue because what Republicans are offering to stop it is a promise to look at health care later. Later means never. Later means stall. Later means pretend. So as painful as the shutdown is for millions of Americans, forgive me, I want it to continue until Republicans address health care now. Not later, not promise, not maybe, now. Health care first. Relief first. Action first. Then end the shutdown. For all of you who are down, disillusioned, scared, and disengaged, Tuesday night's voting should wake you up. Tuesday night's voting should put some spark of energy back into your soul. Tuesday night's voting should have you thinking differently. This may not change the outcome of the midterms, but there is a flicker of hope. That flame is getting brighter. And there is a chance, just a chance, this is the start that all of us were hoping for, moving us in the correct direction for this country. And this is for the rest of you who have disengaged for a long time now, not just from politics, but from communicating with me and my podcast. You need to hear this. I'm talking to you. I don't know how many times I have to ask you for feedback and for your comments. If you can't respond to Tuesday night's voting, what happened here to me in an email or a voice message mailbox, I give up. I truly give up because I don't know how to interpret that you listen to my podcast, but you don't give me your thoughts or feelings. This is the perfect time after Tuesday night's stunning blue wave tsunami and its voting results to reply to me. How did what happened Tuesday night make you feel? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Wake up. Please respond. Let me know. The email is wolfpacktalks@gmail.com. The voicemail box, which is free 24/7. Not going to pick up. An assistant's not going to pick up. It's just a voicemail box. 833-399-9653. I don't just want the new people tuning into my podcast responding. I would like my regulars. Where are you? WTF Wednesday usually means on my podcast episode on Wednesdays, what the fuck? This time WTF means we triumph finally. A moment of clarity, a moment of sanity. A moment where voters reminded the country that chaos is not destiny, and a world gone mad does not have to stay mad forever. I need to hear from you, please. This is A World Gone Mad. I'm Jeff Allen Wolf. I'll be back Friday. I say the shit that no one else will because I'm not afraid to speak truth to power. Until then, Wolfpack listeners, remain skeptical. Keep focused. But most of all, especially after Tuesday night's voting results, stay hopeful.
There is chaos in the world. Can't you see?